My name is Kiro Tao, Senior Observation Officer of Hull 3, West Wing, Arkanis Interstellar Academy. Yes, that very academy. The one that proudly advertises the safest learning facility in 5-star systems. The one with 80 layers of containment protocols. The one where absolutely nothing ever goes wrong. Naturally, something went horribly wrong, and it all started with a human. The human in question was a student named Lina Hart. Small creature, soft skin, barely taller than my chest. 2 forward-facing eyes that constantly scanned everything like a curious predator pretending to be harmless. Humans do that. They smile, and you feel like they already solved a problem you did not even know existed. Now, before the incident, most of us at the Academy had opinions about humans. Mostly unflattering ones. They are fragile. They lack natural armor. They are slow. They panic easily. I personally believe the last one. Spoiler alert. I was very wrong. The creature that broke containment that day was called a Varn Beast. Official designation, VX, 88 biological predator. Height, 3 meters. Weight, close to 600 kilograms. Muscle density, ridiculous. Teeth, large enough to slice a security drone in half. Temperament, extremely unpleasant. It had been captured on a hostile jungle world where even the plants try to eat you. The Academy kept it for xenobiology research, and because some professors enjoy terrifying their students. Security protocol for the Varn Beast required 15 reinforced barriers. 15. At precisely 9:12 station time, barrier number 1 failed. Then number 2. Then 3. By barrier 6, the alarms began screaming like a dying starship. Students flooded the corridors. Teachers shouted commands. Security teams ran toward containment with stun cannons. And the Varn Beast? It walked out of its cage, calmly, like it had just finished a pleasant nap. Now here is an important detail. The creature was not simply strong. It was fast. One swipe of its claws tore open a security drone. Another sent 2 guards flying across the hall. Someone screamed. Someone else fainted. Standard Academy behavior. The beast roared. I felt it in my bones. Then it started moving through the corridor, straight toward the student sector, which unfortunately was full of soft, nervous, academically gifted individuals who had absolutely zero experience with 600 kilograms of angry jungle monster. That is when Lina Hart stepped into the hallway. She had a data pad in one hand, a drink pouch in the other. She looked up, saw the beast, and said one very human word. Oh, not panic, not screaming, just, oh. I watched through the security monitors, waiting for the inevitable disaster. The Varn Beast spotted her, its head lowered, eyes narrowed, claws flexed, predator logic activated. Small prey, easy meal. It charged. Students scattered in every direction. Doors slammed shut. Someone tripped over their own tail. Very embarrassing. Lina Hart did not run. She stood there, blinking at the incoming monster like it had interrupted her homework. Then she did something so confusing that 3 professors beside me stopped breathing. She slowly raised her drink pouch and spoke. Hey, big guy, easy. Easy? Easy. That creature once killed 3 armored hunters on its home planet. It was not interested in easy. The beast skidded to a stop 2 meters from her. Its mouth opened. Rows of teeth glistened. The corridor went silent. Then Lena tilted her head. You look hungry. I nearly choked on my breathing filter. Hungry? Yes, Lina Hart. The giant murder creature might be slightly hungry. What happened next made absolutely no sense. The beast sniffed the air. Once. Twice. Then it leaned closer to the human. Not attacking. Sniffing. Lena slowly held out the drink pouch. It's fruit gel, she said calmly. You probably hate it, but it's all I got. The Varn Beast stared at the pouch. Then, unbelievably, it licked it. A tiny taste. It paused. Then it gently took the pouch from her hand with its teeth. Not tearing. Not crushing. Just taking it. The hallway cameras captured 40 students staring with open mouths. One guard whispered, "What?" The beast finished the pouch in 2 seconds. Then it sat down. Yes. Saturday. Like a massive jungle dog. Lena sighed. Well, guess you were hungry. She reached forward. Every security officer screamed through the comms. Do not touch the predator. Too late. Her hand landed on the creature's head. She scratched behind its ear ridge. The Varn Beast made a sound. A low rumbling noise. Content. I stared at the monitor. Is it purring? Professor Halen beside me whispered. That is biologically impossible. Apparently not, because the beast leaned into the human's hand like it had known her for years. Then the academy doors exploded open. Security units stormed the hallway. Weapons raised. Step away from the creature. Lena turned around. The Varn Beast immediately stood up. Not attacking. Protecting. It moved in front of the human, shielding her. Claws extended. Teeth bared. The message was clear. Touch the human. D. The commander froze. Why is it guarding the student? No one had an answer. Not the scientists. Not the security teams. Not even me. But the situation got worse. Much worse. Because 5 seconds later, 3 armored hunter ships appeared on the Academy radar. And their broadcast came through every speaker in the building. This is the Karth Dominion. You are harboring our escaped war beast. Return it immediately. A pause. Then the transmission continued. Or we will remove the problem ourselves. Inside the corridor, the Varn Beast growled, and the human student beside it quietly said, Yeah, that's not happening. I will be honest with you. At that moment, nobody inside Arkanis Interstellar Academy cared about the hunters. We had a far more confusing situation in front of us. A 600-kilogram jungle predator had just adopted a human student. Security Commander Jex Rallo lowered his weapon slightly and whispered into the comm. Observation Control, explain this. I answered with complete honesty. I have absolutely no idea. In the hallway, Lina Hart stood beside the Varn Beast like this was a normal Tuesday. She patted its head again. Hey, relax, big guy. The beast rumbled softly. Behind them, dozens of students stared like their brains had stopped working. One of them whispered, Is she petting it? Another replied, I think it likes her. Commander Jex cleared his throat. Student Lina Hart, please step away from the predator. Lena turned. Oh, yeah, about that. She pointed at the security team. He doesn't like you. The Varn Beast growled immediately. Very loudly. Several guards stepped back. Jex frowned. How exactly do you know that? Lena shrugged. He told me. Professor Halen nearly fainted beside me. Humans cannot communicate with Varn predators. And yet, the evidence was sitting in the hallway like a giant loyal guard animal. Then the academy lights flickered. The external sensors screamed warnings. The Karth Dominion ships had moved into attack position. Their broadcast returned. You have 30 seconds. Commander Jex cursed. Great. So now we had 3 heavily armed hunter ships outside, and 1 extremely protective jungle monster inside. Jex looked at Lena again. Student, if that creature remains uncontrolled, the Dominion will open fire. Lena crossed her arms. Well, that's rude. The Varn Beast snorted, almost like it agreed. Then something unexpected happened. The Academy wall screens lit up with an external camera feed. The Karth Dominion ships hovered outside the station. Huge vessels, covered in weapon ports. The kind of ships that enjoy blowing things apart. The Varn Beast saw the image. Its entire body stiffened. Then it growled. Not the small warning growl from earlier. This one sounded like a storm breaking mountains. Lena blinked. You know them? The beast's eyes locked onto the screen. Rage. Pure rage. I quickly pulled up the research file. And, suddenly, everything made sense. Commander, I said through the comm. You need to hear this. Jex answered immediately. Speak. The Karth Dominion captured the Varn Beast 6 months ago. So, they did not capture it for study. There was a short silence. Then Jex asked quietly, What do they capture it for? I looked at the file. Even I felt uncomfortable reading it. They used them as war beasts. In the hallway, Lena scratched the creature's neck again. Softly. Hey, what did they do to you, huh? The Varn Beast leaned against her, like a wounded animal finally finding safety. Then the Dominion transmission returned. Impatient this time. Return our property now. Lena looked up at the screen. Property? Her voice changed. Not loud, but sharp. Yeah, that's definitely not happening. Commander Jex groaned. Student, please do not start a diplomatic incident. Too late. Because Lena stepped forward, the Varn Beast followed instantly. Massive body walking beside her like a living tank. She stopped in the center of the hallway, looked directly at the camera, and said something very human. You guys kidnapped it. The Dominion officer on the screen laughed. A primitive human speaks. Lena rolled her eyes. Oh wow. Big scary alien bully. I'm impressed. Several Academy staff members slowly covered their faces. This was going badly. Very badly. The Dominion officer continued. That creature belongs to us. Lena pointed at the Varn Beast. He doesn't seem to agree. The beast roared. The hallway shook. The Dominion officer frowned. That animal was engineered for battle. Lena tilted her head. Funny thing about animals. She placed her hand on the creature's head again. They remember who hurts them. The Varn Beast stepped forward, right in front of her, shielding her body. Commander Jex whispered into the comm. Why does it keep doing that? I answered quietly. Protective bonding. From what? From the human. Another pause. Then Professor Halen muttered something that none of us expected. Humans domesticated predators on their home world. Jex blinked. You mean like pets? Yes. The entire command room fell silent. Outside the station, the Dominion ships powered their weapons. Inside the hallway, the Varn Beast crouched. Ready. Lena sighed. Okay, big guy. I think they want to fight. The beast growled. Low. Dangerous. Commander Jex panicked. We cannot fight 3 warships. Lena looked at the ceiling camera again. Then she smiled. And that smile made me nervous. You don't have to. Everyone waited. What do you mean? She pointed toward the main hangar doors. Just open the exit. Jex stared at her. You want to release the predator? Lena shook her head. No. She patted the beast again. We are going for a walk. The Varn Beast roared, loud enough to shake the Academy walls. And for the first time since the crisis began, I realized something terrifying. The Dominion ships thought they were hunting a beast, but the beast had already chosen its side, and it had chosen the human. And that was the day the galaxy learned, never underestimate a human.